tune was entitled Fresh Biscuits by Rusty. Great feel on that tune. He calls it a medium swing funk, also known as funk shuffle, also known as a lot of different things. But really it's what I would call a hybrid, and it's blending 16th note funk and swing, thus having that kind of a swing feel with a backbeat. The trick, though, is especially in a trio setting like this, is to not kill your backbeats. So we have to have strong backbeats, but they have to kind of really blend with the music. But then you got to put on your jazz hat so we can improvise and interplay with the rest of the band. So my version of this was not just laying down backbeat time like a funk thing. It was really trying to be more interactive. I'm also trying to work off Jeremy's part. And of course, the wild card in this tune is that there are a lot of little hits in it. So you got to pay attention and grab the hits. And finally, the blowing form on this was really fun for the drums because I just blew over the form of the tune. So it's not your standard trading fours or playing over a vamp. It was really different, and it was more interesting actually for me to have the guys support me musically.
This tune, Fresh Biscuits, is I used to play in a group where the challenge is we were all trying to write tunes with the name of food. And I know what could be better than fresh biscuits because they're fresh and they smell good and it just makes your day get going in the right way. The idea about this tune, the riff, the hook, if you will, the opening thing, I just started humming this thing over and over. And so I tried to build the tune off of that, kind of thinking about some color notes in that particular G minor tonality, and building upon that with some kicks and a kind of a funky bridge like that goes to the 4 chord. But I think the thing I really enjoy, especially with a trio version of this, I played a lot of different versions of this, bigger groups, but the trio really, again, has that openness that I really like, and especially when Steve is soloing and we can just create colors around him. I think the challenge of a tune like this is that there is a lot of, you have one tonality, so you can bend the tonality a little bit. You can play outside the key, you can go inside the key, but also try to just let it breathe, because it's real easy when you have a vamp like that just to kill it, to go after it and just start trying to play crazy stuff. Mallet players don't have to breathe, so often they just don't stop playing. So you really want to think about phrases and creating either a bed of sound. I got to get the blues in there. One thing that I'm always talking to my students about is trying to find the blues in every tune. So this tune definitely has that element of moving around harmonically, but also that blues kind of funky element that I think is so essential to, you know, a really bottom grassroots playing.
Fresh Biscuits is a funky tune. It's the kind of tune that's the reason why I play bass and fell in love with playing bass, and I think it's the kind of tune that drummers and bass players really connect on. It's a tune that is built around a bass line and a groove that needs to be present for the whole thing. So some tunes, if you ask somebody to whistle part of it or sing part of it, they'll sing the melody, for example, or if there's a particular drum beat, they may give you an indication of that. Well, we could whistle the melody of this, but we could also whistle the bass line. Boom, boom, dong, doom, ding, boom, bing, dong, doom, dum. That bass line and that groove that it makes is an essential characteristic of the tune. So when I play it, I'm never going to not play it. I want to set up that groove. I want to keep that going. And Steve and I are going to just groove on this. We're not going to try to change it. This isn't the kind of tune where you state something and then you elaborate on it and make variations on it. It's the kind of tune where you set something up and then you sit in the pocket. So it's a fun kind of a style to play. It's gratifying for the drums to blow over the groove and keep it going, so it's not just everyone dropping out. And it's an essential kind of a style to understand and be able to play.